Past exposure to high levels of lead causes hundreds of thousands of deaths each year in the U.S. A new study shows a large portion of the population was exposed to dangerous levels of lead early in their childhood. Mandy Gaither has a look at the research and what can be done to lower your lead exposure risk in today's Health Minute.
It's highly dangerous and extremely preventable. Exposures to high levels of lead is more common than you may realize, according to a new study published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences.
Finding that almost 50% of the U.S. population was exposed to elevated lead levels when they were children is, just simply eye-popping.
The study's co-author says 3/4 of those born between 1966 and 1975 had blood lead levels more than 4 times higher than the current threshold for lead poisoning. Being exposed to extremely high levels of the toxin can cause death, but lead poisoning can also lead to health problems, including anemia, kidney, and brain damage.
The average person in the U.S. essentially is lost 2 IQ points, 2.5 IQ points. It's just remarkably large, the deficit that we have in the U.S.
Young children are especially at risk. Now, the most common sources of lead exposure in the U.S. are paint and soil in homes, especially ones built before 1978, says Dr. Aparna Bowl with the American Academy of Pediatrics.
If there's peeling paint or chipping paint, either in the interior or exterior, that's something that needs to be addressed. If you have a young child in the house, it's a good idea to take your shoes off before you enter your house.
Bowl says to wash off toys and hands before preparing food and run cold water for a minute before drinking it or mixing formula. That can also help minimize lead exposure. For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.